all I could think was, we made it. We made it. Waited extremely long for this story, and I had my reasons for it. It wasn't easy to convey all of the things I wanted to say when everything was fresh and happening, but finally it's time to tell you all about my visit to South Korea. It was April of 2016. In 2015, I had made the wish that I wanted to be able to travel outside of the country before my 31st birthday, and I actually arrived back in America a few hours shy of that 31st birthday. So it was pretty epic to do that, and a lot of things happened. I didn't know if this was just an adventure story or if it was a love story or a self-discovery story. It wasn't that, I can tell you that, but it definitely was a love story to an extent, because I'm not some Korea boo who went there and was like, oh my god, this place is amazing. It was amazing in its own ways, but it was a love story between me and you all, my fan base, because this is something that we all wanted to experience. Some of you already have been to Korea, some of you live in Korea, and some of you fell in love with the culture through the Hallyu wave, much like I did. So, yeah. Let's get started, I guess. Airport day. So, as you all know, if you go back just a few videos in my history, I uploaded a story time just a couple of days before I flew out from Houston to South Korea, and I wasn't prepared. In fact, even though I knew for months I was going, psychologically had just not processed it in any type of way, shape, form whatsoever. I just couldn't. I couldn't. And if you don't understand why I couldn't, I'll put a link somewhere in here for you to be able to look at the video about why it was just so hard to understand it. So yeah, I get to the airport exceptionally early. I was dropped off by my manager, who is no longer my manager now. Yes, I have a snack. She's no longer my YouTube manager now. She's my, my right hand in Mag Productions. But she drops me off at the airport because you have to be there a substantial amount earlier to do international flying. And I find myself a chair right by a charger. I got all my new luggage, my new nice dream luggage, the luggage I had literally had dreams about, and I was asleep on it. So when my auntie and my oppa came to the airport, they found me ditched off to the side asleep with my wrist wrapped up because I had injured it late in 2015 and it still had not fully healed. And they're like, all right, we're ready to go. So they've got their own video camera, recording clips and whatnot, and I'm there, but I'm not fully present. I'm not. We get to the lounge area. I'm kind of just processing the fact that I'm like, damn, all this time I've lived in Houston, I've wanted to be on the international side of the airport for a outbound abroad flight, and I'm finally here. This is kind of dope. I need some tea. I'm hoarse. They went and did a little bit of exploring. I kind of tweeted and whatnot, and then it was time to board. I saw the staff come for the flight, and their uniforms were very, very nice, and we spent time, me and my oppa name is Patrick and his wife's name is Alita. They're the ones who gifted me this experience. So Patrick, and I freaking love them so much. Patrick is such a freaking genius. Like, he's hilarious, he's witty, he's snarky, he's French Canadian, so that says a lot right there. But we're looking at like their uniforms and everything and trying to figure out why they have different type of sashes and all that, and we picked that apart for a while on the flight. Okay, we get on the flight. I flew Korea Air, and we were in the middle aisle, and I mean, it was just wild. Like, the plane lifted off and I was on there, like we was going. It wasn't no turning around. You could look in the center console of the seat in front of you and watch movies or play games and things of that sort. But you could see your plane flying from one side of the world to the other. You could watch your flight. The food on the plane was insanely good. You could pick from American meals or Korean meals or a fusion of each or a vegetarian dish. I believe I had I can't even remember. I just remember the kimchi was good. But Alita had she had a bibimbap, and it was just good. The service was so nice. The people on the plane were so nice. Everything smelled good. I didn't smell no stinky feet. Wasn't sticking, behind or between crying babies and people with bad coughs and stuff. But I didn't go to sleep at all. And they make you close the blinds on the shades on the flight so that I need a bite. They make you close the shades on the flight because for some people, that's the best way for them to readjust and acclimate to the fact that you're going into a totally different time zone. You're going into the future for some people. So we finally get to the point where ears are hurting, popping and whatnot. We're a few moments away from landing. And we touch down, and I'm sitting right by Patrick, and he looks at me and he's like, well, you made it. We need you now. Like, you're going to have to speak Korean. And I get off the plane with them. We go to get our luggage, and we're standing in line in the airport, and we're in the airport in China. So we're in the airport, and we're standing in customs, and it's still like I'm reading stuff in Korean and English, and it's in Japanese as well. But it's just like it's not hitting yet. It's not. You here for real, like it's not a game. You're not watching a drama. This is not YouTube. It is tangible. So we get out of the airport, and that's when it started to kind of sink in. I'm like, I understand the language. I'm not fluent. That's an exaggeration. But I can read the signs. I know what they're saying. I know where to go. I know which ATMs to go to. Like, my education, both formal and informal, and my family here in Houston, my informal Korean family, it was all not for nothing. It was valid. We get on the bus. The bus is going to take us to the financial district of Seoul. We're riding through the countryside and whatnot, and I'm just looking, I'm like, what? This is crazy. We get finally into Seoul, and we're driving into the financial district because that's where our hotel was, Hotel Kukje, which they follow me on Instagram. It's really random. I don't understand. But we get to the hotel smack dab in the financial district, and like I can see outside my window the massive statue of King Chosun, and it's too much. Okay, we just checked into the room. It's a really cool bus ride in, seeing how many high-rise apartments it is and whatnot, but we're downtown. Check it out. Hopefully I'm showing you a good view because, we can't turn the camera around in Instagram. Or maybe we can. Hold on. Much better. Definitely a sign that I very rarely use the camera on here. So yeah, we're all tired, we're dehydrated, and ready to eat. So hopefully I'll find some food quickly. This is like really awesome. We eventually were like, okay, we checked in enough as it is. The hotel room was really dope, small for most Westerners, but it was perfect for us because we were barely in there anyway. And we decided we needed to get out in the evening, grab some food, grab some booze, of course. We had some great Korean barbecue. And that first night, I could barely sleep. All I could think was, we made it. We made it. And I had so much that I just wanted to share and gather and suck in and just collect and never forget, but I needed to try to get some kind of rest. So laid my body down for a few hours, really didn't sleep, and then I got prepared to wake up the next day for the sunrise and to have a whole new adventure, which we'll talk about tomorrow, not tonight, because why not? Bye, y'all.